Welcome to another Ayehu NG tutorial. Today we'll learn how to automate database data retrieval with a SQL query executed by Ayehu NG. First, let's create a new workflow. We'll start by executing the required query using the TSQL query activity. Of course, you can execute queries on Oracle or MySQL as well. Now let's type in the query and enter in the database connection string. In order to authenticate, we'll need to input the username and password as well. Let's use the write Excel activity in order to write the results of the query into a Microsoft Excel file. A key concept in Ayehu NG is that each activity returns a value stored in a variable named after that activity name. The output from one activity can then be used as the input to any of the following activities within the scope of the workflow. The variable name should always be wrapped in %signs. In this case, that variable will be the resulting SQL query data. Now let's enter in the file path where we'll write the Excel file to, the host name, username, and password. The next activity will upload the Excel file as an attachment to a ServiceNow task ticket. We'll wrap the variable in %signs to dynamically capture the ServiceNow record number from the incoming ServiceNow event that triggers this workflow's execution. Finally, we'll use a ServiceNow update record activity to update the ServiceNow ticket. Use the variable %signs again to dynamically capture the ServiceNow record number from the incoming ServiceNow event that executes this workflow, and we'll also be changing its state property from open to pending. Under NG's Policy Actions menu, we'll build a trigger for this workflow so it runs whenever a SQL request task is created in ServiceNow. First, we'll give this trigger a name. Then we'll need to create some conditions for it. Each condition needs a name as well. Ayehu NG allows multiple conditions per trigger, so let's set the condition clause to AND, ensuring that all our conditions must be met for the workflow to trigger. Now let's add some condition logic. The trigger's first condition will be when the state object on a catalog task form is equal to open. The second condition will be when the ServiceNow catalog task form's short description object equals generate SQL report. Then we'll save the condition trigger. Finally, we'll select the NG workflow we want this condition trigger to execute. In this case, the Generate SQL Report workflow. Let's switch over to ServiceNow and test our automation by creating a new task. First, we'll fill in the short description field with a text string we previously specified was a trigger condition in Ayehu NG. By default, the state field is set to open, satisfying our other trigger condition. Once we've submitted our task request in ServiceNow, we can switch back to Ayehu NG to view incoming events in the audit trail. Here we can see that a new ServiceNow event was pulled into Ayehu NG and triggered the Generate SQL Report workflow. The activity log section of the audit trail shows us each workflow activity Ayehu NG is executing. Let's check our ServiceNow task again. We want to confirm that the record was updated with the Excel attachment and that its state field was changed to pending from open. We'll download the Excel spreadsheet attachment locally and switch over to the OneDrive File Explorer to access and open it for review. And there's our workflow generated SQL report data. This concludes our tutorial on automating database data retrieval with a SQL query executed by Ayehu NG. For more information, please visit our support portal at support.ayehu.com.